Hi, this is JilliBling. How are you today? What do you think about this project? It's pretty, huh? This is from the upcoming new catalog, and I wasn't sure what to do with the set, but I knew I liked it, so I just copied the project that was pictured in the catalog. And I know I can't show you the catalog until May 4th, but I can make a copy and show you that. So this project is using the stamp set Elegantly Said. First of all, I love that. Love the words. Oh yeah, that's kind of nice. I'm really liking the flower. And in the catalog they had a doily back behind the words, and I didn't have the doily. I think I have to buy the die set. So instead I used Fabulous Florals, and the die is hiding over in this other pile. It's a long die, and I just cut out 2 of them with vellum to recreate the doily. So how about we get started on this project? I'll be using the new punch, and the punch is part of a bundle. So the bundle is Elegantly Said Stamp Set, and the punch is called Elegant Tag Punch. And these two are bundled together for save 10%, and it is $36.75 for these two right here. And they do have a product suite, and you could get that all for $59.25. But I'll show you more about that come May. Okay, so there's quite a few steps to this, none of them hard. And we get to do heat embossing, which is always fun. So I'll be mixing a little bit of new catalog with a little bit of old. For instance, the crinkle ribbon is staying, and this petal pink ombre ribbon is going away, and the designer paper is going away, but right now both of them are current. Well, the stamp set, you could get that on May 4th. This is from the designer paper from the current catalog. Oh, here's the die, and here's the 2 pieces of vellum, and I will run that through. And you know, I ran through both of them at one time, and that seemed to work fine, but I don't know if that's what created this curl to them. And the curl is kind of a pain, so maybe try doing them one at a time. Because trying to get it laid down flat on the card, yeah, you have to use glue dots. At first I was using liquid glue and adhesive, and it just kept curling up. The vellum is stronger than the adhesive. Okay, so we'll use those. And a lot of work is done to this paper. I have little vellum pieces everywhere now. So let's get started with this paper here, because we're going to make it a little bit darker in color. Do you notice that this has a little more orange rather than petal pink? I was using my blending brush to make it a little bit darker, and I think it had pumpkin pie on it. So we'll use a sponge, and that way it will work better. So to start out, petal pink and the flower stamp that's in this stamp set. Isn't that nice? And that's just going to go random on the designer paper. So it's going to be flower on flower. First I didn't know, but after I did a few stamps, because the stamp is so bold, I really like how this turned out. Just randomly, because so much of it will be covered up. We're kind of creating a background on background paper. Okay, that's good. So now that I've stamped the flower on the background, isn't that pretty? Now let's apply a little bit more color. The reason I keep on adding more and more color on here is I will do heat embossing with white powder, and if I didn't do so much color on this designer paper, the heat embossing, it wouldn't show up. So now I'm taking a sponge into the petal pink and just making it a bit darker. And after I heat emboss this, I'll make it even darker. Okay, so that's good for now. So this step is really important. Take your embossing buddy and generously apply powder. The first project I did, I used my embossing buddy. Let me find a good spot. But the embossing powder stuck to where I stamped the flower in many places. And because it's so busy, it's okay. But I think it would be better if I used more embossing buddy. So I get just the stamped heat embossed area image. I'm actually trying to leave a little bit of powder residue from my embossing buddy on my paper because I really want all the moisture gone. Okay, so, and if you can, clear off your paper, because if any of that powder is on, you really don't want to transfer that into the Versamark ink pad. If you keep doing that, your ink pad will get full of powder. Okay, so when you go to stamp with Versamark on here, you will not be able to see it because Versamark is clear. So it's kind of like, remember that card game where you had to flip them over and match the pieces? This is a remembery game. You have to remember, where did I stamp? Okay, top corner, so you can't see it at all. And it's really random. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's okay if you overlap. And after I put the powder on and heat it, I'll know if there's a gaping hole in the white embossing powder. Okay, so we're going to get this into the powder. I was about to have this all done, but I think you would miss some of the little steps, little pointers that I could help you out with. Okay, now I'm going to heat emboss this. I probably should move the powder. I have priors for blowing powder everywhere. Okay, isn't that pretty? Okay, so I missed right here, and I missed over here, but you know what? I'm gonna just try to go with it. Before the first two, I would have inked up my stamp with Versamark and stamped the corner here and maybe a little bit here, but let's just try it. Okay, and so to make the white embossing stand out a little bit more, a little bit stronger, let's take the Petal Pink ink again and the sponge, and particularly around the corners, apply a bit of depth of the color. First of all, if you do that, it really makes the white embossing powder stand out. But I'm going to try just to go around the corners. This is so many layers of color. There's the DSP, there's the flower stamp, there's a sponging, the white embossing powder, now more sponging. All for one little piece of paper. We do a lot of work for one card. Okay. That's really pretty. It's so elegant. As the stamp set says, elegant, elegantly said, simply elegant. So here are the two that I did this morning. So let's try to do this one a little bit different. I have two different size white papers. I'll put all the paper sizes and products to use in my blog, which is JilliBling.com. The two paper sizes, one is for the inside of the card, and this one, which is just a little bit bigger, is for a layer under all of this fancy work. So I'm going to attach these. Okay, that's really pretty. Really, really pretty. Here's the paper base. I'm going to try doing it this way. Not sure if it's going to work. The other two were done the other way. These are inside papers. It's just, it's so soft and elegant. That's really pretty. Okay, so for my pretend doilies, you know, more layers. I found glue dots, they work the best. So, glue dots are right here. So right in the middle, when you look at the doily, can you see that okay? Maybe something darker. Hopefully that's better. When you look at the doily, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 kind of circular areas. I'm going to put one glue dot right here in the very middle, which is not one of those circles, and then underneath this section and underneath this section. And these here, out on the ends, I'm going to take the glue dot, fold it in half, and in half again. It'll make it a little bit thick, but then it will be hiding underneath this vellum area. Okay, so the whole glue dot right in the middle, and a glue dot folded in half, and then it comes up, okay, fold in half again. It is thick, and that could go right under here. And then the same thing for the other side. Fold it in half. We need, like, these are mini glue dots. We need mini glue dots. Super mini, micro, smaller glue dots. Okay, so that will go right about here. And it doesn't have to be perfect. It's just more layers. I think I did it a little bit crooked. I'm looking at the top of the vellum to get it lined up. Okay. Now, once again, right in the very middle, a whole glue dot. And then 2 micro mini, folded in half, and in half again. Oh, guess what? Mama's getting her second eye surgery right about now, her cataract surgery. She did and had such great results with the first one. Her eyes were really bad. It should have been done years ago. But just being around her right now, every minute, she's loving life, seeing. So, wait till she has 2 eyes. So this time I'm lining up the bottom of the vellum right along here. And look at that, they touch. They don't have to touch. It's okay either way. Okay, so the vellum is on. Next is the ribbon. So this one I use the ombre. This one is crinkle white. I think this time the words, I want to do different words here. Happy anniversary. I want to do happy anniversary. True love stories last forever. I want to do those 2 words. And I want to do the tag in a different direction. So I wonder if I have some white. You know what? I'll just use crinkle white. Crinkle white is good. And that will go, I just might do a triple bow and nothing wrapping around. And I have a video, one of the very first videos I did, I had to scroll way back, was how to do a double bow. Double bow, triple bow, it's all pretty much the same thing. So if you want to make your own double bows, look for that video. I really like double bows. They're not your standard simple bow. I think they're more than double better. Okay, so here is my triple bow. That's pretty. And because I'm not wrapping a ribbon around, I'll attach this piece of white paper to the card base. Okay, and this is going to go here. So now for the tag. The tag, happy anniversary. Ooh, I have stuff everywhere. Happy anniversary. And that will go on to this designer paper. It's in the same paper pack. You could still get it. Might even be on clearance. And I said I wanted to go the other way, so I'll stamp. You know, whenever you're going to punch something, it's good to see how it goes in. So that means stamp right here. Okay, Embossing Buddy, because I'm going to stamp with Versamark and then heat set it. Versamark. And if you have paper that has direction or horizontal or vertical lines, do your best to get it stamped straight. The first card I did, I'll show you after I heat emboss this. So the first card I didn't stamp the words quite straight, and it's a bit hard to tell, but for instance, on this one, if I didn't do them straight, it would look really off. If happy wasn't parallel with these little lines in the paper, not good. Okay, where's that punch? And after you use heat embossing on a thinner paper such as designer paper, it kind of warps the paper a bit, a little challenging to get into the punch. So I'm going to slide way from the side. There's no curled up pieces to get hung up in the punch grooves. Maybe. Okay, there it is. But you know, I think I want Happy Anniversary down a little bit lower so I could have the bow up in the top higher. So that means I need to trim my paper right here. Just a little bit. Nice punch, huh? It works well too. I kind of like how fancy it is. It's all fancy. Okay, so this is going to go in here. Oh, I'm doing it sideways. I'm trying. You like that? Okay, this curling up vellum is kind of driving me crazy. Might have to put more glue dots on it. I know that the tag is going to go there and it's going to be covered up. Yeah, kind of driving me crazy. Okay, so this turned out well, but to make it a little bit more 3D and make the words show more, I'm going to use a sponge and basic gray ink just to sponge around the outside edges. And then to make Happy Anniversary stand out, I'm going to sponge right over the top of the heat embossing. That's pretty. Okay, so that is done. Okay, so a glue dot on my triple bow. Didn't mean to put it at an angle, but I kind of like it. Yeah, I'm going to have to do a few more glue dots. I've got me some curly vellum. So I will fold it in half, and then in half again, and how about right here? Now do it on the bottom too. This morning, Bo, darling dog, decided 5 a.m., which is fine. That's when Tony wakes up. It's time to go out. He's barking out there. He found a possum. Not good. He chased the possum. And finally came in and kept wanting to go back out. So at 6 o'clock he went back out, and he's wearing his little neck thing because he has an ouch on his tummy that he keeps licking. If he'd leave it alone, it would be fine by now. But So at 6 o'clock he went out with his, we call it his travel pillow. It's a cone alternate. And came back in. He stinks. He rolled in something. I don't know if it was possum doo-doo or if it's possum, I don't know what it is. So, took everything off, washed it, put it back on him. Guess what he did again? He went right back out to the same spot. Had to wash it again. And of course I have to do it on sanitary cycle. I don't like any stink. Yeah, not a good morning. Darn dog. Maybe I'm not set to be a dog mom. They're too much work. I love new product. Don't know what to expect, what to do. Should be right in the middle. Happy anniversary. Off to the side. Because it's kind of formal, I'll have it straight up and down. Okay, and now some bling. So these are from a long time ago. If you don't have any, that's just fine. You could use 3 from the basic rhinestones all in a row, and that will accomplish the same thing. So I'll put these 3 here. And then basic rhinestones. See if you took 3 of these and put them right in a row, it would look just the same. Then I will put on 5, okay, right there, 5 other rhinestones. 1, 2. I should use my picker-upper tool. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5. Okay, that's pretty. I think I have my words crooked. Talking about that dog. Still crooked. Okay, that's better. So now for the inside, I think it's crooked again. Okay, so for the inside, there's the outside. How about, I like those words, true love stories last forever. I'll stamp that first, and I'll do it in, how about smoky slate? My smoky slate, I think it's recently inked. It's just as dark as my basic gray. That's pretty. And where is that fancy one? This one here. I'll put this at the bottom. Ha, when does that happen? I never get things straight. And then how about a few of those flowers in petal pink? Very nice. Okay. Oh, you know, I think there's some new gems. I should have used those. Silver and Clear Epoxy Essentials. Those are really pretty. Let me see if I could somehow squeeze those in. Ooh, there's just dots. Oh, those are the clear. They're very pretty. Well, next time. You know, bling everything. Bling, put more bling on. So that's Smoky Slate. Oh, I like how the insides turned out. Very sweet, simple, elegant. That's a pretty card. Okay, well, that's it for today. Thank you for tuning in, and until next time, have a great day. Bye.